One of the areas that we're going to focus on briefly tonight is green jobs. Green jobs is another area that we're quite interested in, and we have a special guest tonight, a real innovator. He comes to us from Minnesota, and he's been helping to put people to work, learning how to install solar panels and helping the environment at the same time. And so it's my great pleasure to introduce Robert Blake. He's the owner of a company called Solar Bear, and I understand it. I'm going to guess at the pronunciation of this in Ojibwe. It's Gizis-o-makwa. I think maybe I'm close. I'm not sure. And also he's the executive director of the Native Son Community Solar Power Development Company. Hi, Robert. Can you join us?
Yeah, thank you, Marty, and Anin, bonjour, everyone. Miigwech, thank you so much for having me. Like Marty said, I am the executive director of Native Son Community Power Development. We are a nonprofit located in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis. Lake Street, I'm sure all of you seen the I guess everything that happened in our city a couple of years ago. So we were on the news. And then Solar Bear is pronounced Gizis-o-makwa. That's how you say it in Ojibwe. And we are a solar installation company located in the Twin Cities, also Minneapolis. And we do a lot of our work in tribal nations. And so I'm going to be talking about green jobs. And I just want to quickly relate real quick that I used to work for the Agriculture Department, United States Agriculture Department here in Minneapolis and Minnesota. So one of the big things that was being talked about when I was there was agrivoltaics and the combining of renewable energy, farmland, and clean water, and how the solar can act as buffers for the pesticides, so they don't get into the water. So a lot of good projects like that are happening here in the Midwest, because we are the breadbasket of the world, so to speak, and we do serve a lot of people with our food. So, but I am talking about green jobs tonight, and I'm going to do that real quickly here. What we started here in the Twin Cities, or what I started about 5-6 years ago now, was called the Returning Citizens Initiative, where we went into a correctional facility, and we were training inmates on how to do solar installations and getting them NABCIP certified. So that's the National Association Board of Certified Electric Practitioners. And with this particular certification, these individuals left the correctional facility. One of the Sierra Club did a national article on one of our participants. And if you Google from prison to solar, it should pop up. And you can read the story on Levi in his experience in going through the Returning Citizens Initiative. But the idea here was to fight mass incarceration with climate change, fight climate change with mass incarceration. We put about 150 inmates through this through this program, and I because of privacy issues, I couldn't keep up with all of the participants. I do keep up with 5 of them that still contact me and talk to me, and they are currently traveling the country. Some of them are across the country right now, putting up solar and working in the industry and making a great living. And so I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud of what they've done with their lives. One guy called me and showed me a picture of him and his wife, his kids, and they were standing in front of a car in front of their apartment. And he says, "Bob, I owe all this to you, and because you provided the opportunity for us." So it was a fluke. I didn't think it would become so popular. The last state that I did talk to was the state of New York, who wanted to implement the same program. So that must have been about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago now, that I spoke with the state of New York. But I spoke to about 7 different states across the country and told them about this program. This got me on stage with Al Gore and his Climate Reality Project, and so that was pretty cool. And then now we are, and then it also got me on the Governor's Workforce Development Board here in the state of Minnesota, and I helped put together the green job training program here in the state of Minnesota. So pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. And we just have passed 100% clean energy in the state of Minnesota, so we're very proud of that. And we we're going to have lots of investments coming into the state of Minnesota for green jobs and job training. So this has been quite the ride, and I hope that we could export a lot of these ideas and a lot of these same kind of principles to anywhere else in the rest of the country that would like to see how we did some of this legislatively, and then of course through our correctional facility. And real quickly too, I also helped train some tribal reservations. If you there's an article out there and Standing Rock and solar. I think if you just Google Standing Rock and solar, it should come up. But we did a training with 50 upwards of 50 tribal members two tribal members from like 25 different reservations that came to this training at the United Tribes Technical College, and we spent a week there going through some solar training with the participants, and it was really incredible. And that story was in Rolling Stone. So I always tell people I was never on the cover of Rolling Stone, but I was in Rolling Stone. So, but anyways, yeah, so that's been pretty cool. And of course, I do a lot of advocating. I do a lot of legislative work around renewable energy on a national and local level. And I just want to say it's been just great being here with all of you tonight and just telling you a little bit about what we're doing here in Minnesota. And I think it's so cool what you guys are doing in New Jersey. And I just want to say thank you for having me this evening. Miigwech, everyone.
Robert, thank you so much, and love to learn a little bit more about any recommendations you have about how we can work with the state of New Jersey to bring that kind of a program here to our own state. I think it's something that so many people can benefit from, and you've set a great example for us. So I appreciate your being